Start it up, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of the Shabby Crib podcast. That is not the official
Is
name.
that? I was gonna say, is that the name?
Not the official name. But we don't have one yet.
Welcome to the first episode of the podcast.
Of the podcast.
Done in the Shabby Crib.
Done in the Shabby Crib. It's a good time.
Boys,
Shabby Crib has been well.
I've been falling in love with Shabby Crib more
Same.
every single
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whenever I pull up to it, I think of what you could do to the outside.
Oh.
That's kind of like boring.
Yeah, it's a plain house. It's a
But-
plain house right now, but if we have a year lease with it, if we get another year lease, I mean, I got ideas for the backyard. I got ideas for the front
What
yard.
kind of ideas you got for the backyard?
Well, dude, I'm talking about we need some plants back there. We got one tree.
Definitely.
There's so much like sunshine in the back. There's no shade. I think
Good point.
if we were able to put up like, you could definitely build like a temporary gazebo. Like throw up some 4x4s and build a temporary gazebo. That would be nice.
Just around the concrete.
That'd be super nice. Around the concrete.
Yeah.
Also,
Some fresh mulch over there, too.
fresh mulch. Get some plants rolling.
Get it aerated.
Yeah, our grass sucks.
Our grass
we have
sucks.
so many dead spots in our grass. But I think most
It's-
importantly, we need a fire pit and a fire pit. Like,
True.
area to have some fires. There's nothing I love more than a summer night with a nice fire rolling. We just don't have any of that in the backyard, so like that'd be gangster.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
If we can sign another year lease here, I don't see any reason why within a year we couldn't get to the point where we could own Shabby Crib. A year.
I definitely think we could.
Easy.
There's no doubt with that.
I mean, I hope that's still recording.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it
We're
is.
recording.
Okay.
Screen just turned off.
It's the first time going at it. We gotta check some things out.
It's gonna be a rough pod.
This is some Walmart equipment, $120.
Well, dude, here's a great thing. We're
Tell me the great thing.
21-year-olds, and we're doing a podcast.
We're doing a pod. We're throwing
You
a
gotta
barbecue.
start somewhere. You know, we got cheap equipment, cheap camera. We're doing this in our living room. It's echoey. The mic's not as good, but you got to start somewhere.
Actually, the mic's better than I thought.
You don't have to have the highest of quality to start your pod. I mean,
to pull up YouTube videos. We got the TV.
oh, gangster.
I
I didn't even think about that.
Out real far too.
Yeah, it'll pull out and then come in. Oh yeah, look at that,
Bam.
dude. We got.
Come on.
It's like a studio already.
yeah,
This
that's
looks
nice.
a proper studio.
That's actually
No, but-
pretty dope.
We just need pictures of us playing on that in the background.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on today, fellas? What are we doing today? Well, it's Labor Day.
Labor Day. I was gonna say
Having a
Memorial Day.
barbecue.
We're having a
It's Labor Day barbecue.
Labor Day barbecue.
What's
Having-
on the menu?
Grub- Grubbing
having a
up
nice
hard.
start off. We got a 4-course meal coming at you strong. You know, Lenny pulled up with that smoked salmon dip.
Salmon deal.
Salmon dip. Pureed the salmon.
He mixed
Wasn't
it up.
supposed to do
he
it.
mixed it up a little too much.
That's all right.
Still tastes delicious.
It tastes
Flavor
great.
fair. Then we're having grass-fed, grass-finished, raised in vernal, goddamn
Chuck
cold
roast.
truck roast, goddamn
Barbecue.
roast beef.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, sandwiches, bomb. A little pickle on top.
A little bit of coleslaw.
Don't worry about it.
Our good friend Paul bringing
Paulie
some
Paul.
cowboy caviar.
Reverse cowgirl caviar.
Reverse
on the
cowgirl
menu.
caviar.
We got Lenny's girls bringing some coleslaw.
Got the coleslaw coming in.
Straight from Georgia.
And this guy's making something for dessert.
We got that peach crisp in the oven right now.
It's in the oven. Oh, dang, you're already
Wafting
cooking
fresh
it?
airs. Yeah, because it has to set for 45 minutes.
You
We
seem,
good.
you
Dude,
seem like you know what you're doing.
This is the first, like, because we've had dinners here and we've had UFC parties and we've had the whole 9 yards in 8 months of having people over. But I think this is the first time that we've actually cooked stuff before 5 o'clock. And
True.
because we always end up cooking stuff late, and then we're eating at like 8:30.
8:39.
That's a good point.
You know,
That's a good point.
dude, dinner at 6 o'clock, perfect. Sun's gonna start going down after dinner. Play some bag toss.
Bag toss.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, this is the first time we've like really planned a meal like this and a barbecue. Having 8 people, that's actually quite a bit.
Goddamn big turnout.
So
Good turnout. Good turnout.
I'm
Yeah.
pumped. I can't even lie.
I'm pumped as well.
The vibes have been great today.
Oh, the vibes have been great
Oh,
this
real good.
weekend.
The whole weekend, yeah.
Me and C.
Yeah.
Smith went fishing. It was a good time. Went up Middle Provo.
Yeah.
Caught 3 fish.
Watched Lenny catch 3 fish.
Yeah, that's
It's
how
a good
it usually
time,
goes fishing with Lenny.
You know, you can't complain when it's that beautiful. And the
Oh no,
water's
Provo
that
Canyon
clear
is
and-
ridiculous.
It's beautiful.
It really is.
It's great.
Yeah, we live in a ridiculous place.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't realize how blessed you are to just see mountains every day. Especially you walk out the back door and you got mountains
Boom.
right there.
Yeah.
Some people pay a lot to live in these areas, so it'll definitely change your mind when you're living in a flatland area and you see a field with a hill and you go, "Oh, that's so pretty." Which, in some aspects, it is. When you get to open up your back door and just see a huge mountain,
Mountain.
like
Mountain. Climb that. Climb that. Climb that.
exactly,
We be climbing.
we be climbing hard.
We do be climbing.
We
One thing was learned throughout about the year. I've been out here a year.
Yeah.
Me and Lenny been out here a year. You've been out here 6 months.
6 months.
We learned how to step.
We're stepping.
We learned how to step.
You gotta learn how to step or you fall.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
Step in all aspects.
Some people just don't know how to step.
No, they really
no,
don't.
no, they're not stepping
When
right.
we went to
They buy the shoes. They
the
buy
hot
the.
springs with Connor,
Oh, that man.
Oh,
he
we
ain't
did
stepping,
not.
buddy.
had no idea how to
He-
step.
He doesn't know how to step.
Love the guy, just doesn't know how to
Yeah.
step.
Some people they got a size 8 foot, they be walking in size 13 shoes.
Like that's the first lot. Like,
How's your step?
yeah.
Come on, man.
Some people don't even make it out the door.
No.
I mean, that's freaking. That's a negative.
I mean, don't
steps.
even get me started on the shoelaces, boys.
Yeah.
Some
That's
people
bad.
don't even know how to tie their own
That's
laces,
bad.
man.
They do the old tuck method.
Velcro shoes.
Come on. Velcros? Come
Come
on.
on, dude.
Come on.
Yeah.
But
You guys been doing anything cool?
every day of my life.
Tell me about it. What'd you do?
Well,
What'd you do that was cool?
this weekend specifically, me and Mash Cash Incorporated here had the pleasure of taking 2 beautiful women to a restaurant, Ruth's Chris.
Right.
Excellent experience.
Good time.
Food was great, drinks were great, company was great. It was a great time.
Zane.
Everything
Zane's
was
a
great.
fucking G.
Zane. If you ever go to Ruth's Chris
In Salt Lake.
in Salt Lake City,
You better be tipping.
look for a fella named Zane,
Zane is the man.
and give him an extra tip.
Dressed to the nines.
Great guy.
Oh, I like that guy.
Good time.
Love
Yeah, that was
guy.
fun. That was a good time.
Absolute blast.
What about yourself, Lenny? You do anything cool?
Yeah, I took the old lady to Chili's. Had
Well,
margaritas.
Other end of the spectrum, okay.
Oh, it was a great
That was
time.
Chili's.
It's still a great time.
great
you
It was a
know?
great time.
There you go. That's good.
I mean,
to
the
hear.
queso dip was fire.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know, I got other opinions about their burgers and chicken strips, but hey, man, I had a great time.
That's good. I'm
Oh,
glad
yeah.
to hear it.
Oh
You
yeah.
guys do anything else other than go to restaurants?
I worked a 33-hour shift.
There you go. See, that's something
Yeah.
cool.
Something.
It was a
That's
good
something
time.
cool.
Clocked in at 6 a.m. Thursday and worked. Traveled down to St. George. Worked at the Coral King Golf Course all night long.
Fancy.
No breaks.
What are you doing at a golf course?
Installing the lights. Doing their electrical.
Oh,
Yeah.
like in the buildings or like?
Yeah. In their they have their pro shop and like the kitchen and deli and everything.
Mhm.
Threw up all new lights in there. And
Dang,
got
33
done
hours is
around
ridiculous.
10 o'clock in the morning. ate some food, ripped back to town.
I seen when you got back.
Client rings up. We got to get this train all wired up. There's train doors, and they weren't working, so we ripped over to another job site.
Damn, after you helped?
Yeah, worked until
ridiculous.
like 3:30 or something. So
That's going to be a
Good work,
nice
Lonnie.
paycheck.
yeah.
Well, Mr. Ashton,
What's up?
what did you do this weekend besides going to restaurants?
I ran a marathon.
Ooh. Yeah.
Where was the marathon?
Might have ran a
at?
marathon. It's a pretty place. It's called Morgan, small town. It's like northwest Utah, outside of Salt Lake ways. But it's good. It's a good time. It's a good time.
So what was
I enjoyed it.
what was your expectation before you even started going there that morning?
Because you haven't ran 26 miles before.
No,
Not
Furthest
at
I
one
ran-
time. You haven't ran
First,
26
I ran
miles.
20 miles probably a month ago, and it felt pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, the legs definitely get a little fatigued at the very end, but it felt pretty good. But no, I guess I just think that it's something dope to do because it's difficult, and
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts a
definitely
lot.
does. And what was your question?
What was your expectation
Oh,
going
yes.
into it?
Well,
And then what did you realize about that expectation after you ran?
Yes. First part, I just wanted to run one. So I was like, I just want to finish one because then I could say I ran a marathon.
Yeah.
But then I started looking at it,
And
following
that
some
competitive
people.
itch starts
So,
to
and I was like, okay, sub 4 hours is 4 hours is a good goal in my head from the running that I was doing previous. Probably ran like about 3 months, possibly time frame before the marathon. So as developing the running base through those 3 months, I was like, yeah, probably 4 hour marathon, and
Which would be what pace?
that's
to
a
hit
9.
4 hour?
I think that's like a 9:30, 9:35.
Which is a steady little cruise.
That's good
Like,
pace.
it's
Little
good.
cruise. Yeah, yeah.
You feel
And-
comfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
But also what I was thinking is I was like, I'm just gonna go out slow, run the first half marathon at a slower pace, and then slowly pick it up because obviously you don't want to go out and burn yourself out and then still have 3 hours to go run, which I did pass some people and they were burnt out at half marathon place. Big people that I was like, they definitely did not train to run this. And I'm like, no, why are they in front of me? If they're like, I was like, what are
That
you thinking?
competitive itch,
You know
bro.
what I mean? But anyways, yeah, so 4 hours, just wanted to take it slow to start, have a strong finish. In my head, I was like, I just want to be running at the end. I want to be passing people at the end. Strong finish, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because obviously at the end you're going to be broke down. Everyone's broke down. Everyone just ran a marathon. So that's like, everyone's going to be broke down, but if you're the motherfucker running past them,
Oh, yeah.
feels good. So, plan went pretty damn well. Woke up 2:30, had some goddamn protein oats, which were fire. Get carbs in. Drove about an hour and a half to Morgan. Got dialed in. Had about 10 minutes to get in the bus. Like get the running card, the little chips that you have on to track you. And then drink some water. Got on the bus. On the bus ride, I was listening to this guy. Bad man. He's a bad man.
Bad man.
Dude, this dude.
Tell me about it.
This dude is sitting right by me, and he was like, I wasn't talking to him because I was just sitting by myself, but I was just overhearing this conversation. Some old dude was talking to him, and the old dude is like, sweet man, you ever been here before? And he's all, no, I'm just dropping in, just coming to run a quick marathon. I'm actually running a 200-mile race on next Saturday. And I was like, jeez. So to think this guy's just dropping in, just to run a
Yeah.
quick marathon real quick.
Pretty much only running a tenth of what he's
And you've
about to.
trained.
Yeah.
You've sat here and trained for this and prepared.
Yeah,
for
and
it.
he's just like doing about 10 times that. And then the dude that was talking to the dude that was running the ultra was like, the dude was running the ultra was asking him, he's like, you ever ran this one before? He's all, yeah, I did about 3 years ago. And watch out for mile 11. I started on mile 11 and I freaking slipped and fell and knocked myself out. And I was like, dang. He's all, yeah, that didn't stop me though. I was covered in blood and I still finished the race.
Well,
I was like, damn.
Bad
Yeah,
man.
and he's like, you must be real tough. And the ultra dude was saying that, and Old dude's like, no, well, I'm just real stupid, I guess. But anyway, so I get on the bus, get to where I'm going. Bro, fucking cold as fuck. The dude was like,
what was it, like 45 degrees?
no, he's like, it's going to be high 30s up there. And I was like, no way. I was in shorts and t-shirt. And I was like, damn. But got up there, it was a little chilly, not that bad. Probably like 40, something like that. A few fire pits going, people chilling.
Yep.
Weird vibes just because it's new. Because everyone just standing around. You know what I mean? Didn't know anyone.
Standing in their own little groups and talking.
Yep. And then get going. The dude, the race director, cool dude. He's trying to make everyone cheer up, like being like, "It's up," you know what I mean? And then 5 minutes. So I'm like doing some warm ups, but I was cold. This is one thing. This is one part that I was like, "Damn, this is fucked up," because I could tell my body was cold, and I was like, "Oh, after a few miles, I'll be warmed up."
Did you do a warm up run or stretch?
No, I stretched. I did like a little jog, and then did some squats and lunges and stuff like that. Felt pretty good, so I was like, oh. Yeah. Felt good all morning. Like I was surprised I didn't feel tired at all or anything. But start the race, and you know when you're cold but you don't like feel that you're cold.
Oh yeah.
Like you can't feel that your muscles are cold, but when you're trying to move them, you can tell they're cold. So start to get the legs turning over. Little cluster at the start, not like obviously, and then start pushing through, and then fucking 7 miles just snapped by, and I was like, damn, it's already mile 7. Forgot to eat one of my goos because I was just floating. So I was like, oh, eat one of my goos. Fuck, didn't drink any water because it was cold, so I was like still warmer up, so I wasn't sweating or anything after 7 miles, and I was like, that's weird. And I was looking at my watch, and I was like, I'm a little bit faster than I expect, but I feel fine. Eat a goo, and then I went to go eat the goo, and my fucking arms and my fingers froze. Oh. And I was like, I could barely squeeze it, and I was like, dang, I did not expect that. So then, 7 miles in, though. So you'd think after an hour of running. So then, it didn't get warmed up till hit mile 11, and I know why the dude said that he fucking ate shit, because it's fucking steep-ass hill, fucking big climb, pretty big climb, and then by the time I climbed up that, warmed up, feeling good, staying hydrated, and then by like mile, I think it's 17, I met up with this one dude, big jack motherfucker.
And he's like, just, jeez. Was he just cruising?
No, he's broke down. Was he? I didn't realize it at the time because I was talking to him. But then we talked for a minute, and we were just like holding a 9-minute pace. I was like, I don't mind. I'll just sit here and talk for a minute. Next time, go by faster. And then he was like, it's my first marathon. I just really want to finish it, bro. I just really want to finish it. And I was like, sweet, bro. And then we got to mile 19, and there's like porta potty and aid station. And I was like, I could feel him like weaning off a little bit, and he's all, I gotta stop, bro. I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna start walking. And I was like, oh shit. So you could tell. That's why I didn't want to start.
Break down.
Yeah, but then when you get that chink in your armor and you got 7 miles left, that's still a run. Like if you're, because like you're not gonna make any time. But then I was like, all right, dropped him off, so I started turning on a little bit. Started getting a bit sore. The legs were fucking on me hard.
Getting those jelly legs.
Got a huge blister on my foot.
Was wicked.
But yeah, they start. I mean, nothing crazy. Really, it's just the monotony. It's not like a thing that happens. It's just slow, dragged out, monotonous. And then, the last like 3 or 4 miles, you're like checking your watch way out more often because you're like, geez, please stop.
Yeah.
But it felt good. Getting dialed in, definitely clear-minded, feeling good. And then by the end, I know I hit one 8-minute mile, and then they were like 8:30, 8:20. Still don't know.
So you dropped. You were dropping
pretty
time.
Good, yeah. I don't know what the last.
Check the car.
I don't know what the last split was. I'm very curious though because I was definitely cruising.
Yeah.
Because at the very end, I passed like 30 people.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you could like check that online. But what I want to dig into is how did it feel when you were passing those people when you're late in the race. You're dead. You know everybody else is feeling it. It's you're 20 plus miles into this race. Mm-hmm. How did it feel for you to hunt down and pass these people? Because as a runner, like when I was running half marathons all the time, you see people start to break down around mile 9, and the paces are usually faster. Yeah. You don't have, I got to run 26 miles. And instead, I'm running 13 miles, which is still a good distance, but you see people start to break down around mile 9, mm-hmm. and you start to feel it as well. But when you start dropping your time, your pace, and you just start passing people, for me, it feels super good.
It definitely adds a little boost. It definitely does. Yeah. Because when you start smelling blood in the water, you start wanting to go faster. So I started doing that, and it feels nice because I did pass quite a few people. I was looking at the times. I got the times today, and I was like, there's like 20 or 30 people at that same time. I finished at 3:55. But so there's like 20 or 30 people in that time frame right there. Yeah. And if I would have eased up, I would have got blown away. Yeah. So, because I was behind them all, because I took it slower in the start, which I'm glad I did. But then towards the very end, this dude was like 200 meters left, and I was like, all right, go all out, everything you got.
Put the burners on.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely felt it because as soon as I crossed the finish line. Also, I will say, when the people are standing on the sides, hype me the fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
I can't, how could you be moping through this?
I love it.
I got turned on by that.
There's nothing.
But as soon as I go across the finish line, you stop breathing, like how you were breathing. Cause I was doing the Andrew Huberman, listening to him, about the running while breathing while running. And so I was doing... Mm-hmm. Double inhale through the nose. Mm-hmm. It felt great. Did it like pretty much the whole time. But then as soon as I stopped that, obviously like you have your legs are done for. But as soon as I stopped that and I like stopped moving, my throat and my chest were just burning. I was like, oh, yeah, because it was just that dry, cold air.
Was it like that blood copper?
No, it was like I feel like it was just sore from breathing repetitively that much. But no, I didn't get that copper feeling at all. I never hit like whatever the...
I hate that feeling so much.
Yeah, I never got that. But then, the legs started ceasing up. Couldn't fucking, you just can't move them like you want to.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't even realize I took third in the age group. But I just went back to my truck and I just sat there and I was like, this feels good. And then drove away.
I can't believe you had to drive home after that.
Yeah, it was a little... I mean, to be honest, like all the pain was not that bad. Like it's really not that bad. Yeah. The blood blister, you don't even feel it.
Yeah.
You do, like you're like, oh, there's something going on there. But you don't like, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
The legs hurt a bit.
Getting out of bed the next morning usually is... You feel a lot tighter.
Correct. Yeah.
My first long race that I did, I remember I ran. So I wanted to run a half marathon under 100 minutes, and I ran like 99, 98 minutes, and it was awesome. Like felt super good. Which I also want to get into the feeling you get, like digging more to the feeling you get afterwards because. Like, runner's high is such a real thing, and it's just a crazy feeling. Mm-hmm. But getting out of bed that next morning, like, I didn't stretch, I didn't do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And getting out of bed the next morning, like, obviously your legs are sore.
For sure.
But for me, like, my whole core was sore.
Yep.
And my arms were sore
yep.
for repetitively just going like this. Oh, If you hold your shoulders up or you run like this, you expel a lot more.
It all adds up after that long of a time.
It expels a lot of energy.
One thing that happened was because I was trying to shake my arms out throughout running a bit. But towards the end, I realized that I wasn't doing that, and the reason I realized I wasn't is because I went like this to just pull my arm down and stretch it.
Tight.
Shock.
Yeah.
No, it was like a shock. Like the nerve was like, eh. And I was like, oh, that fucking doesn't feel right. Like, you know, like dead arm type feeling. So I was like, that's not right. But yeah, first part, the soreness, fucking lower back. My back was sore. And my arms from holding them like that. But then, quads. I didn't feel them the first day. Second day, you could feel them. Right now, they're fucked up.
Yeah.
It was 3 days ago.
Yeah.
But the runner's high, I was mad disappointed, dog.
Why?
Because I was just so dead.
You're just
I was
drained.
on 4 hours of sleep, no food. Like, I got a bit of food.
Yeah.
But you can't really eat that. Like, you have 2 hours to eat a bunch of food. But then you gotta run. So I probably ate, like 70, 80 grams of carbs.
Yeah.
30 grams of protein.
Yeah.
But after, I just felt brain dead as fuck.
Yeah.
I was talking to my girl, and she's like, "Are you still there?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, I can't think of words right now."
I'm here, but my brain's not.
No, honestly, I mean, but then one thing for sure is you do have like a capacity of energy that if you don't exert, you feel like super antsy and stuff.
Yeah.
So we went to Ruth's Chris that night, and I felt very calm for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So that, 4 hours of straight running definitely gets that out. But no, I didn't get because the runner's high, right after you have a run, you feel super euphoric.
Yep.
I didn't get that at all. I was mad disappointed.
I think the hardest runner's high that I would get is like after racing 5K, and you're pushing 5:45 miles, and when you finish, you're out of breath, you feel physically drained, but then your mind just goes, oh, and you're sitting there just like, like holy cow, like that feeling is. There's not much that tops that feeling.
We should do a 5K just for fun because they're like you don't.
They're everywhere.
What time do you
probably
would
5Ks
you
every
usually
weekend?
run 5Ks for cross country? Like what time in the day?
What time
Afternoons or morning?
we've done a lot of them in the afternoons.
Yeah.
But
Because I could imagine a runner's high being a combination of. I'm not sure exactly what causes it when you're running up higher blood oxygen levels or something, but a combination of you have the right nutrition to fuel yourself through it. You're able to sleep. So if you're just dead tired, didn't have enough carbs, like you were saying, by the end of it, you're going to be drained to the max.
Yeah.
And there's not going to be.
Because when I did the
that
20,
euphoric feeling.
I think you're probably right. Because when I did the 20 miler,
You did in the
I
afternoon.
felt fucking great.
You're able to
Yeah.
eat.
But yeah, let's do a 5K. Cause that'd be dope.
I'm sure they're here
Either I had
every
a dream
weekend.
of one. No, I passed one. There is a sign. Yeah, there's a sign.
Yeah, there's 5Ks
5K,
everywhere.
10K. Maybe that's what all it was. There might have been a 1K. I don't think so. Maybe
We're
not.
doing the haunted half. That'll be a really fun
Let's do
one.
that.
Because that one's fun because there's people just dressed up.
Yeah.
And it's just a fun run.
Yeah.
It'll definitely be challenging.
Curious to see what you're running for.
I know.
What time
Dude, I haven't ran a half marathon in 3 years.
Yeah. Have you ran much recently?
No, the cardio's at probably a regular person's cardio.
That's no good.
we backpack and
I
we
bet it's better than
It's
the
definitely
regular
better.
person.
Yeah, we
One
hike
thing for
and-
sure that I noticed is that even if you take, I guess I didn't take that long off. Like if you run far and then take like a week or like 9 days off, you still have that same ability. It doesn't like
You
diminish
do.
that
Yeah.
fast. The
Yeah.
strength diminishes faster. I bet.
Yeah.
The run, yeah.
And
So you probably
your
get
form.
you probably get right back in that groove.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
I think so.
Wonder what you're gonna be feeling like with that extra muscle packed on though.
Yeah, because I was running those at
Yeah.
155 pounds. I'm 20 pounds heavier. So,
Yeah.
it's the thing that I'm concerned about is I'm not concerned about the
I was
cardio
thinking of
as much.
should we do a check on that to see if it's still going.
Oh yeah,
29
ripping.
minutes. Okay.
We're ripping.
So it can shut off and we're good.
But yeah, no.
So yeah, I'm not concerned about the cardio. Obviously, like training is a serious thing that you should do. I think it's more of the form
Right.
For me, I
Absolutely. Okay, here I go. Hang on.
What the fuck is this? Fuck off, Siri.
Gosh,
Siri?
it's harder than I thought.
What the fuck?
You're asking Siri to sing for, dog.
Why was it doing that? That was funny.
Yeah, no.
No, I think the form is really good because with the long distance races, if you don't have good form, it's gonna be more straining than it needs to be. So
I
like,
don't know if I don't know.
I was gonna say I don't know if I've ever practiced form whilst running
I
distance.
mean, there's
Really?
fucking practice.
Like
Yeah.
sprinting, yeah, but
So one thing you-
distance running.
keeping your posture. My coach would always tell us to pinch the penny. Pretend
your
you
butt
got
cheeks?
pretend you got a penny between your butt cheeks, and
right.
do it, and it strains you up. That's how you want to be.
For
That's
distance?
why, yeah. That's why your lower back also gets really
Gets
sore.
Yeah.
Because going up like this,
Doing that, then.
going up like this will,
That's
puts
good to know.
pressure on your lower back.
Yeah.
Having a slouched back will just
Right.
fucking hurt you.
Right.
But
Good
I'm
stuff.
excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited to
I
get
got
back
it.
into it. I haven't had a lot of drive to run since I used to race, and now I see you running. I'm like, shit.
Now we're getting you in.
I
Good.
got to start running.
Glad to see it.
Yeah.
What's going on over there?
I just didn't
You just set a timer on your phone.
Else. I think he's done now.
Oh, 10-4.
Yeah, good stuff. Races are fun. I want to do a 50 miler. I decided.
It's a new beast. It's a new beast, and I'm sure you're gonna face it.
I just don't want to do it, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Well, there's the I think there's a Wasatch 100.
We did not, Carter Bud.
I think there's a Squaw Peak 50. There's the Ashley 50
Where's that?
up in the Ashley
No
National
way.
Forest. Yeah.
Oh, fuck
Dude,
yeah. I want to
I think you end in Dry Fork. in
Oh, that's
Rome.
cool.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
bitch.
You can
I
do
wanna do
you can do
that.
teams. So
Right.
Like-
I remember
Relay,
that.
yeah, like a relay.
I actually almost did that one.
But there is people that just
I'm doing the full
do
straight
the full 50. The thing you gotta think about with that is you're in the mountains. Elevation sickness is
Bring it on.
not fun.
Bring it on.
So when you're going that aerobic for that long,
Right.
that's one thing you
Probably
gotta think
take about
about.
12 hours.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. I don't know the.
That's like 12-minute plus pace.
Yeah, I don't know the 50-mile game. I hardly know the half, or not the half, the marathon.
Yeah.
But I
One
do
dude
know
fucking
that.
ran a, pretty sure it was a 2:46 at the marathon I was at. That's fast.
That's really good. That's
like
a runner.
Boston. Oh yeah, it was
Boston
it was
qualifier.
It was a Boston qualifying
Mhm.
course I was on.
So what's the time to qualify for Boston? Is it 3?
I don't know.
It might be 3 hours.
I have no idea, but I just know that's fast.
Yeah.
Cause I bet if I did a whole new training block, I could probably shave off for sure 20 minutes.
Oh yeah,
That'd
I
be,
think so. Cause you
I'd be
know.
holding like at 8:15 the whole time.
That guy was running like 6-minute miles.
I know, crazy. It
That's
was
ridiculous.
I know. That's what's wild.
Well, me and Carter went hiking up one morning up American Fork Canyon, and they had a half marathon that morning. And when we were driving up, we saw the half marathon signs and everything. No one had come down, but we see these two dudes coming down,
Cruising.
just cruising, and they were definitely sub 6.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And they probably had like 2 miles left in that race.
That's
That definitely seemed like a
ridiculous.
much. I mean, I don't know how much downhill your race was, but that
Yeah.
one seemed like it was a lot of
I
downhill.
gotta
A lot
I'll
of
be
downhill.
right back.
A lot of downhill.
But no, mine wasn't straight downhill. There's big.
Yeah.
It's pretty flat, to be honest.
Speaking of acclimating to things, previously in our life, we just mentioned wanting to climb Mount Denali in Alaska, 22,000 feet in elevation.
Yeah, big boy.
I was explaining to my mom, I was like, we want to do Nebo next.
Yeah,
And
and
then
I
would
think
like-
Nebo's going to be a breeze for us.
Then I would like to do Kings Peak.
Yeah.
And then go hit a 14,000 footer in Colorado. and then maybe do a couple of those and get ready for Mount Denali. And my mom was like, do you have to like stop and acclimate to climb Mount Denali? And I was like, for 22,000 feet, probably.
Yeah.
I don't think it's something that we'll just rip up in one day. Like
No,
Mount
definitely
Denali,
not.
Alaska.
No, Denali's a crazy. Yeah, I mean it's a crazy mountain.
Tallest mountain in the U.S.
It's a big boy, real
want
big
it.
boy. You
Yeah,
got
9,000 feet above what we climb. That's a lot.
what we're
9,000.
climbing right now is. I mean, we go up and down them in
7 hours.
7 hours.
Yeah.
Mount Denali is a whole different beast,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's awesome. That's definitely
I
something
do
that I want to do. I think mountaineering in general is just super cool.
Yeah.
It's dope.
For some reason, my TikTok feed is just blowing up about mountaineering,
It knows.
which is
knows.
yeah, that's weird. But the whole mountaineering scene is super gratifying because you're just climbing up on the tallest things in the world.
Yeah.
True.
And you get to the top, and there's a view.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, at the end there's always some crazy view.
Yeah. Quite fun.
So, I was telling Lenny, we're going to climb Nebo next, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd like to do Kings Peak, get the tallest mountain in Utah out of the way. Then go hit a 14,000 footer in Colorado. Maybe a couple of those.
Mm-hmm.
Mount Denali. And then hopefully by that time we have the kind of money where we can go do Kilimanjaro
I think Kilimanjaro would be super fun.
or Mount Fuji.
I was
in
looking at it.
Japan.
I was looking at the what are they called? What are the people that take you up there? Sherpas. I
Sherpas.
was looking at a Sherpa website for Kilimanjaro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I knew someone who climbed Kilimanjaro.
Really?
Yeah,
Who is it?
Christine.
Did she
Iverson.
climb
Yeah.
Kilimanjaro?
Yeah, she climbed Kilimanjaro.
That's dope. I hear it's a little bit easier.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. You're
That's
slow instead of going straight up and you're on rocky and icy cliffs. You're going up as like this, and it messes with your head because you look and a mile up there you see the peak, and it's so slow. It's so gradual that you're going up and you think that's the
a lot of
top.
False peaks.
Just false peak after false peak,
Yeah.
and I mean that plays with you. We've climbed some peaks like that, Liddy
Yeah,
Peak
Liddy
and,
Peak's like
and
that,
Marsh Peak.
For sure.
They're all like that, where you look up and you swear that's the top. You get to that point, and it's the exact same thing, and
Yeah.
that plays with you. But Kilimanjaro, probably a different story. Like
Yeah.
that'd be the.
I don't know. I know it's in Africa, but I don't know where.
I don't know. Let's look it up.
It's almost like we have a computer in our pocket.
Computers in our pocket.
Lenny, could you pull that up for us real quick, please?
Pull it up, Jamie.
I pull it up. What you been learning, buddy?
What have I been learning? I've been learning a lot about BBC 157.
Tell me
I
about
was
it.
doing some deep research on it. It almost sounds too good to be true. That's my hesitation with it, is
Okay,
because
let's get some then.
it's literally like
I say let's run it up.
faster muscle regeneration, faster ligament regeneration. It's good for your gut health. It's good for your immune system. It's good for your cognitive function.
How
And
much is this stuff?
It's like $55 for a vial, but you inject it. You can get it in oral supplemental form, and they say that that's better for the
I just
gut.
don't like the idea of injecting stuff myself.
I was
Needles
well,
are
my mom would call you a pussy because I was telling her about it, and I was like, "But if you don't want to inject it, you can just take it."
I mean,
She's like, "I don't have a problem with injecting shit." I
You
was
just
like,
inject it like, is it?
"No, not into the bloodstream. I think it's on-site injection usually.
So if I was going in my knee,
You would probably do it closer to your knee, but I was looking into a lot about it. There's that.
I'd say let's run up that. I'll spend $50.
I
to get my knees
definitely
back.
want to try it, and they say it's like worked wonders for back health too. And then other thing I was researching. So my mom in the summer, if she gets exposed to a lot of sun, she gets this wicked rash on her arm, So there's this stuff called sun powder. It's that herb I was telling you about.
Yeah.
You can get it, and it's supposed to help with that drastically. So she's
Dang.
ordering some of that, and then there's also this other
You're a
peptide.
goddamn medicine man.
I'm trying to be one day. There's another peptide you can take because she was like, yeah, but I wish I could be tan without being in the sun. And I was like, well, you
Let me
actually
tell ya.
can.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, there's a peptide. I can't remember what it's called. Something with an M and then 2. But you just take this peptide and it naturally darkens the pigmentation of your skin.
Really?
Melatonin? More melatonin
Yep.
or less, whatever.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you get that out here in the Utah community. You get that out in the air, and
They call it the Barbie peptide.
oh yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
them girls will be
It gives you
eating
a
it up.
natural glow to your skin. There's so many different crazy peptides, dude.
I
It's
heard
ridiculous.
that. I was listening to that one dude, the Ways to Wells guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he was saying that peptides are the new shit.
Yeah.
Like that's what everyone.
Dude, they're great for you. They're so good for you.
Yeah. For
What'd
the
you
most
find
part.
about Kilimanjaro?
Kilimanjaro, baby.
Where's it at? What country?
Tanzania.
Tanzania.
19,341 at the peak. And,
Really? So it's not as high as Denali?
no. No, but it's like, it's a lot more.
Well, so that's 19,341 feet of elevation. What is the term they use for base to peak? I know there's a specific
Ooh,
term
yeah.
for it. But that
Okay,
is-
elevation gain.
Yeah.
$1,200 to fly there from Salt Lake, so.
No kidding.
Dude.
Okay,
That's
you're
not
looking
bad.
We
at
need to do
Free
that.
for this guy.
Yeah, I gotta go free.
elevation gain on Mount Kilimanjaro. Generally ranges from 9,800 to 13,000, probably depending on
13,000's a good.
And what is Denali?
Nice stuff.
Mount Denali.
I would assume Mount Denali is closer to sea level,
Yeah,
but we shall see.
Mount Denali. 18,000 feet elevation gain. So your
18,000 feet elevation
Denali's
gain.
elevation gain,
That's a big bitch.
which
That's
is
ridiculous.
pretty crazy. So
Because we were probably
We had like 2,000
Timpanogos.
feet
Yeah,
elevation gain.
it was like
Well, actually, Timpanogos was 57.
57. Yeah,
100.
oh,
Yeah.
so Mount McKin or Denali,
it's
also
both.
the same thing.
Yeah.
It's 20,310 feet,
Yeah.
not 22,000.
Okay.
But yeah, you have 18,000 feet of elevation gain.
That's
which
ridiculous.
what we did at
Let's go
Temp was
Kilimanjaro.
7. Did we do
57?
57.
57?
Yeah.
57.
So it's
So
3
turn around-
times Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's definitely not
That's
a day
awesome.
trip.
No, that's a 3-day.
Yeah.
I would say.
I know people could do Kilimanjaro in a day.
Yeah.
You could definitely do
13,000
Kilimanjaro. I would want to do it
10,000
in
feet
2
in a
days.
day.
If we're gonna fly to Africa,
True.
then
your
that's
time
not
with
something
it.
that I want to do in a day. Go up. There's probably a base camp. Hike up to base camp. Go up. Go down.
All right.
Hike back. It'll be
like
good
that.
time.
Okay.
Good time.
Sweet.
Well,
Let's do it.
we probably should about wrap this up.
Yeah.
What is a fun or interesting mind scenario we can play or question to ask? Just to,
Ourselves?
yeah.
I like practicing bringing forth the future self, the future truth.
Yeah.
Patrick Bet David says.
Okay.
So I would say, because the most interesting shit is what you're actually doing.
Right.
If you're actually fucking looking at what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And the coolest thing is the life that you could create. And we all happen to be able to. Well, he has back issues.
Mostly
We all
able-bodied.
happen to be able-bodied, strong-minded individuals. So my interesting, thought-provoking idea would be, what if there? So you have your the best version of yourself in a year from now. So just imagine that image in your head.
Yeah.
The best version. So actually the best
Uh-huh.
version in a year from now. So that's 12 months to do something about it. What would the truth be that they're living, and then you just speak that. So like I would be like, my future self in a year from now is making $100K a month.
Yeah.
off online coaching.
Mm.
And future self for me, when we say going to Tanzania and going to Mount Denali and stuff, you say that, and I'm like, perfect, book the flight right now.
Yeah.
Not like, well, we'll just say that because it's cool. So my future self would be doing that type of stuff. And then I guess I'll pose the question on you guys now. So what would your future self in a year from now, best future self, would the truth be about what they're living? You know what I'm saying? You get the question.
Yeah, I get the question.
Yeah.
Mine would be, I'm studying hard to become the best doctor of physical therapy specializing in lower back health that's ever existed.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm ripped,
Right.
eating healthy, making money still, but
How much do you want to be making?
I want to make enough that I can still have fun and pay for school at the
20,000
same
a month,
time.
10,000 a month, 15,000 a month.
20,000 a month.
Okay,
If I'm making 20,000 a month, I can go to school. I can come home and have money to buy good food and go to
Right.
Ruth's Chris when
Okay.
I want.
So you
You
got
gotta risk
physical
Chris when you
goals.
want.
You got physical goals. You got your strive for purpose.
Yeah.
You got financial goals.
Yeah.
What else you got in there?
And I would like to be in a place where, whether I had you guys, whether I had friends or not, whether I have family or not, whether I have a girlfriend or not, I'm going to be okay.
What does that mean?
I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be able to do everything I want to be able to do without the support of other people,
Yeah.
regardless of who's there around me.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, that's good. I like what you're saying. What about you?
I think the whole financial thing, I'd love to say, like, I'd be making like $25K a month,
Right.
which is beautiful. I mean, that's a great goal, but like with the pathway that I'm doing
It's
right
not
now,
a goal. It's what your future
it's
self
what my
is doing.
future self is going to be doing.
Yeah, we're not setting goals.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tell me what your future self is. This is your future truth.
Oh,
It's not something
okay.
outside of your brain. This is what you're doing in
Yeah.
12 months. 12 months ago, what were you doing? How much money were you making?
Right.
How much money were you
Oh.
making 12 months ago?
Probably like $3K a month.
Okay, was that a belief or was that actually just happening?
It
Was
was
that a
just
goal?
happening.
Like,
No, it
It
wasn't
was
a goal.
real.
Definitely wasn't.
so
a
what's your
goal.
future truth? How much money are you making?
I'd probably say in a year, 5-6K a month.
No, Lenny. No. If you stay on the course you're at right now. But what do you want to be?
What do you really like?
Oh yeah, I want to
Your
be making
best
20K
future-
a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's not get it twisted here, Lenny. I still ain't gonna be winning.
Yeah.
Killing you
Because you would
guys.
be doing better, right?
The lower
Oh
you
yeah,
set
no,
your goals,
100%.
the
I'm
more
gonna
you
be
try to
doing better,
achieve.
but like I'm not even like for my future self. I'm not necessarily looking at my finances.
Okay, what is it?
I'm looking
That's
at
fine. That's
a
totally
lot
okay.
more of my mental.
Perfect.
Like yeah,
That's
I
great.
want to. Yeah, I want to feel like I'm on top of the world.
What does that mean?
Like I want to be mentally strong and happy.
What does that mean?
Like, what does that mean? I think that means
Would a mentally strong person have to go through hard things?
yeah.
Is that how you build
100%.
mental toughness?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Right?
there's
So
no,
now- but
there's
be
no,
careful, though,
there's no gain
Because
without
now you're
pain.
calling upon the muse. You call upon God to give you difficult things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and
so-
I'm ready for it. There's no,
Okay.
there's no,
I love that. That's awesome.
buddy. You bake a cake and you miss the eggs, your cake's gonna be flat. You need you need.
Right. You need some love. You're trying negative. You need
I
some
know what
hard
you
shit
mean.
to go through. All right. Well,
Yeah.
100%. No, I think just
Okay,
being
so
mentally
mindset.
happy and like a lot like really mentally strong, being
Okay.
able to help other people.
that's a good one.
You know,
Like, what's the scenario?
what's the scenario?
Yeah. How
Are
do
you
you
talking-
see yourself really helping another person?
Just in a year from now, like your mom,
Right.
your girl.
Is
Right.
it financially? Is it spiritually? Is it physically? Like,
Yeah,
how do you-
I would say a lot of it's physical. Growing up with a oversized dad
Fact.
was
You could say that.
yeah.
Say what it is.
I mean it blew because go mountain biking. He can't come mountain biking.
Okay.
Go climb to the top of a mountain. If I could get somebody physically in shape,
That's good. Well,
then
guess
that's
you're
all.
gonna-
Or help people get
Okay.
in physical shape like amazing
That's awesome.
physical form. For me, I want to discipline myself to get into like the peak physical form that I can get
That's
into.
great. Yeah.
I don't care about being jacked or ripped. I care about being healthy and like, physically strong.
Right.
I've got a lot to go. I think everyone's got a lot to go. But
Future self being able to teach people to get in physical shape.
So what
Good
if,
physical
Yeah.
shape.
just
That's-
spitballing here,
That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
what if you go out, weekend trip where people pay you, you take them fishing in the morning, you take them fishing at night, and then during the day, you run them through exercises.
yeah.
Full camp, everything you want to do.
Yeah.
You get to guide people to fish.
That
you
would
get
be
to train them
sick.
to work out, working out in nature. I mean,
Yeah.
come on now.
That would be
Take
good.
pictures of them too, because pictures cost money as well. Would be
True.
really good income.
Call East at
People,
Okay, future self.
future self,
So, what do you got? You got mental strength,
mental strength, being mentally strong,
Okay.
being mentally happy,
and then being able to
help other people.
fit through physical means,
Yeah,
making them.
I think
More fit.
I think making someone fit really helps them with their mental as well. I think that's a huge thing, and I think that's a big
That's
thing that's
massive.
also skipped over with a
Yes.
lot of people. That, dude, if you're fat and you own a lazy boy and you come home, crack a beer, sit on the couch,
Right.
you're not happy.
You got a business plan, you got a retirement plan, you got your mortgage, you got all these things. You ain't got no fitness plan though.
You ain't got no fitness plan.
ain't got no
Get your
fitness
fitness plan.
That's
It
where
ain't
money
rocket
comes in.
science.
Money comes in.
You show up and you
It's
be
like,
consistent.
All right, what else?
What are your spiritual goals?
Spiritual goals,
Or where do you want to be spiritually in a year?
like
Good question.
break that down.
Exactly what it means.
Where do you see yourself? Where do you see your relationship with God, or
Mhm.
your
The
relationship
best version of
not with
yourself.
God, as the best version,
best
of,
version of
yourself
yourself.
being in a year?
I mean, I'd like to say that it's always been strong, and I know that in a year it will be a lot stronger. Like going into study and everything is a big thing, because I mean, a Christian could say they believe in Christ, but have never read a verse or
Right.
been to church once.
Yeah.
That's great that you call yourself a Christian. I think that's great. You believe in it. That's really good. But to become spiritually strong, you need to, just like everything else, just like working out, you want to be physically fit, you work out.
Yeah,
Be spiritually strong. I mean, you study it.
that's good.
And
so
you-
what would
you go in
What
and you-
would a version of yourself in a year from now be doing in a normal routine that would indicate that he is more spiritually strong? Because you got the physical, you want to be more strength. You have like idea in your head. You can see that
Yeah.
vision of yourself more fit. You have
Yeah.
the idea of your head of helping people. You
Yeah.
want your dad to be skinny,
Yeah.
not fat.
Yeah.
Spiritually, or your relationship with God, religiously.
Yeah. Your relationship
what would
with.
that image look like for me and Carter and the listeners to hear?
I think it'd be huge.
But what would it look like?
What are you
though?
doing?
What would it look
Yeah,
like?
what
Are you
would-
reading? Are you reading the
Yeah.
Bible?
Oh, yeah.
Are you
Praying.
Okay.
Studying the Bible,
That's dope.
studying the scriptures.
Right.
A lot of doctrine is,
Studying the script,
studying
yeah.
that out.
Good stuff.
Yeah. I
So you
think
got this-
I think a lot of think of this, spiritual and mental, they kind of tie in together, because
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not mentally clear and not thinking, like if
Right.
you're thinking things that aren't
Like if you're
spiritual
drunk,
in your
or if you're
everyday,
ripping
yeah,
nicotine, or if
Yeah.
you're ripping
yeah,
Marijuana.
Yeah, you're on drugs.
yeah, smoking weed and just being a loser. There's nothing. You're not thinking anything spiritual. But throughout the day, if you keep on bringing spiritual principles that you have learned into your life,
Okay.
you're gonna feel a
What's a
lot
spiritual-
more.
What's a spiritual principle?
We'll close out with this. What's a
Cool.
good spiritual principle that you think everyone should be practicing?
I would say probably a teaching from Christ, like be not. How does it go?
Which one is it?
I would say, honor thy neighbor.
Oh, the golden rule.
Like, yeah,
golden rule. Do unto others what you wish to be done unto yourself.
Exactly.
That's a good one.
Don't
Golden
be a
rule.
dickhead to other people.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
If you keep
Good
that in your
spiritual
mind.
principle. There you
One
go.
one for me is like,
Fucking listen to this shit right now. Good spiritual principle.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he who hath not sinned can cast the first stone.
Yeah, so if I ain't gonna be
Before you
throwing any
start
stones.
judging people.
Don't be tossing stones at people.
All right, fellers.
All right.
This is good first podcast.
If anybody listens to this besides our immediate family, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
thank you.
That'd be nice.
Appreciate
Um,
it. We've broken the ice.
We got this
Yeah.
done. Me and Ashton said last Sunday we'd have a podcast filmed by this Sunday. Or actually,
We didn't do it.
we lied
We
to
didn't do
ourselves.
We didn't do it.
We failed. We missed it by a day.
But now we're here doing it.
But
so,
we did it now,
Yeah.
and we felt the guilt for it.
What'd you tell Paul? Tough time.
And
Tough
hey,
time never lasts, brother.
tough times
Yeah.
never
Take that
last.
to the bank.
Only tough people
All
last.
right.
All right, ladies and
Good
gentlemen,
stuff.
we'll come up with a name for this
There
eventually.
we go. Good job, boys. Good shit.
Signing off.